Hi guys, how are you today? Time to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, last night's episode was so good. So we're going to recap last night's episode. We're also going to recap the rumors, what's going on. We're going to talk about Louie and that tape. We're going to talk about how he almost quit the show. We're going to talk a lot about it. So let me go ahead and play my intro, allow more people into the room, and then we'll get right into it. Hi guys, how are you? Woo! The Real Housewives of New Jersey is getting so good. Now, I almost didn't cover it. Remember I was telling you guys, I'm not really into it. But last night got good, people. It got good. Oh, I didn't upload the tape. Here, let me do the tape. So I wanted to start out by playing this tape of what everything's about. So I'm going to show the tape, talking about what's going on behind the scenes, and then we're going to cover what actually happened on last night's episode. But first, the tape didn't upload, so let me try it again. So everything was based on last night, mostly about this tape that Louie had. It came out, oh my God, I believe it was maybe sometime last year, the tape came out. And let me go ahead and play it. It finally uploaded, and then we'll talk about it. Now, on this tape, he's proposing to a woman. Totally different tape than what he talked about last night, people. Totally different, because he basically lied. He's actually proposing to someone on this tape, and it's alleged he's talking to his ex, Marissa DiMartino is her name, the woman that he has kids with. So let's go ahead and play the tape, and then we'll talk about it.
To see you, to get engaged and bring our family together and finally get married and have a life together. I've been here for a week. These are my brothers. These are my bond. These are my brothers. This is my coach, Kevin. These are guys that are very unfamiliar in my life. I love you, and I love our family together. I love our children, and I hope you receive this message well. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for your time. I hope that this hits your heart well and you understand where I'm coming from, and I hope to come home to you and be able to have a chance and opportunity to talk to you and share with you my experience in my life.
You gotta talk from the heart. You go back to your fucking brain. She doesn't want to fucking hear your brain.
I love you. I'm sorry I made mistakes and held myself back and held my truth inside.
You better fucking
and
feel her pain.
Worried about other people around me.
Feel her
acknowledgement. I feel your pain. I'm sorry I put you through pain. Thank you for being patient with me and seeing the man that I didn't see that you see and you saw in me.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm going to fix this. I'm going to come home and show you and prove to you the man, the best version of myself that I am right now.
She heard that before. What are you going to do?
I'm going to take action as soon as I get home.
You're saying beautiful.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you guys hear him say he loved her? Okay, he just totally glossed over this last night. And he asked her to marry him. And here's a picture, allegedly, of the children that he's talking about. I mean, Louie just told a blatant lie on national television, okay? These are the children that he's allegedly talking about. So then we had the ex-girlfriend. What was her name? Let me see if I can put her name down here. Her name was Vanessa Reiser. Remember, she came out, said he was physically and emotionally abusive. You guys remember, this was sometime last year. And that he wanted to have a lot of sex, as much as 4 times a day, and if she didn't do it, he would be distant and she would pay the price. And then there was another ex-girlfriend named Paula Sanchez that came out and said he really likes a lot of sex. And they just described him as a womanizer, a jerk, and a liar. And we just heard him last night on national television say the tape was about him making amends with an ex. He forgot the proposing part, okay? And that he loved her. And this tape allegedly was taken during the same time that he was dating Teresa. Okay, so this is not looking good. They're making Teresa look like a complete. I don't want to go in on my girl, but not so good. Okay, it's not making Teresa look so good. So that's that. And then don't forget this. Let me put this up. This picture came out on social media about Louie. It's a picture of him on a dating website. Let me put this picture up. And allegedly he's at Teresa's house. Remember the old house? Look in the background, guys. Remember the old kitchen? That's Teresa's old kitchen. So Louie doesn't have such a good reputation. So remember that before I do the recap. Okay, so we got Louie. And then I also wanted to remind you guys of the Tiki Barber situation. Let me see if I can find that one. Do you guys remember, oh God, this was a long, about,
Where's your mic?
oh my God,
Where's it?
on the floor. Oh, you can't hear.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's like you.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, they can hear you. And then you're banned.
Thank you, Perry. Oh my God. Perry just told me you guys couldn't hear a word I said. Did you guys hear the tape? Okay. So did you guys hear? So you heard the tape. You saw the picture about Louie's kids, and then how he put that. Let me put this back up. He had a account on a dating app in which he took a picture in Teresa's house under a phony name. Okay. I don't have my screens on. Okay. So they just describe him as a real jerk. Okay. We have the two exes that came out and says, how he lies about dating different women at the same time. He also allegedly created a group for tantric sex called Allendale Sacred Sexuality Meetup. Listen, Louie is a jerk, people. He is a jerk. Teresa knows all about it. You see how defensive she was last night? We'll talk about that in a minute. I wanted to bring up the Tiki Barber affair. Now, because people were talking about it last night on social media and really going in. Do you guys remember that Tiki Barber was married? Oh God, where is her picture? He was married and he left his wife because he was having an affair with Traci, the girl on the show. And he left his wife at 7 months pregnant. 7 months pregnant. He left her for Traci. Here's the picture of the ex-wife that really took it hard. And the rumor is that when the scandal broke, they really fired Tiki, but gave him an option to go ahead and retire early. This is how big this scandal was. Let me put up a picture of the ex-wife. Poor thing. I mean, who leaves someone when they're 7 months pregnant? This is important because last night, Traci was interfering in a conversation she should have never been in, okay? Because you are a homewrecker. You are a homewrecker. You were the intern. You didn't even have a job. You were an intern when you and Tiki were having an affair. And now you feel the need to butt in a conversation that you really shouldn't be a part of. I don't even think Margaret should be a part of these conversations because Margaret's a cheater too. But we'll get to that in a minute. I wanted to refresh your memories on these people's background and what a shit show this is and how I'm loving every single minute of it. I'm loving every single minute of it. So let me bring up Perry and we will review the show. Hey, Perry.
What's up? What's up?
Thank you for coming in. I had no idea no one could hear me. But I forgot I put my mic down because it echoes when I'm not not using it.
Mm-hmm.
So did you hear everything about the Tiki affair?
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but, You get people like
were
that.
going in last night on Twitter because they felt that Melissa, Margaret, who am I missing? Was it Traci? All kind of attacked Jennifer at her party last night. What were your thoughts on that? And then let's talk. Who started this last night?
With the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, your girl started it. Melissa
Jennifer?
was walking. Melissa was walking past her.
Perry.
Nobody told her to grab her arm.
Perry. No. They were arguing. Melissa got up. When you stand up,
Right.
you're asking for
But
trouble.
she had to get up. She had to get up to leave.
Oh, please, Perry, please.
Yeah.
Really?
Right. If you look at it closely, she had actually walked past Jennifer and then, you know, being a little chihuahua that she is.
Jennifer. Okay, these are the last
Jennifer
ones that
is
talking about her.
You talking about people bullying. Why you keep? I mean, like I like Jennifer. I like the little spunkiness that she has, but she's a troublemaker.
No, she's not.
No, she's a troublemaker, and that's what she was doing last night.
Perry, are you trying to trigger me here?
I mean, she had the little coward husband over there hiding behind a bush when Melissa walked past. Then she says, "Oh, get out of here." Well, hell, let her leave. Sharrell, this is what I want to talk about, though, before I don't forget. What's up with Louie? Why does it take him to be in the wilderness with 8 naked men to realize his feelings for his lady?
Louis,
I mean, was it that bad? Oh, tell her how you really feel. I'm just so sorry. I'm going to make it up to you when I get home.
Louis is bad news, Perry. He is bad. What is wrong with Teresa?
I see it. I mean, he could have told her last night how he was acting last night. Let me talk, itch. Sit down.
You're saying, okay, let me reword this because this is coming out. You're saying that Louis was being aggressive last night when he was talking to Teresa.
Yeah, it did, right? He was aggressive with Teresa. And then he told Margaret, which I don't like her neither, right? Because she is a troublemaker too. He said, I can talk for myself. But like, it's a tone.
Yeah.
That he got like, y'all women gonna listen to me. Both of you, right?
Yeah.
And then he came out with a sad ass lie on how he was just saying how sorry he was for hurting her. No, he was trying to get his wife back. He was, basically crying to get her back.
And that why was they naked though? I mean,
I don't know. I guess some people got to get naked and get their ass whooped. I mean, before they realize
the tape.
They love somebody.
He looked rugged. What did they do to him in that mountain? But he definitely was talking to his ex, and he was proposing. Teresa knows this. She's talking about what happens in the past doesn't matter. You have to look at the signs, Teresa. This man is no good. And if I seen that tape of his Tinder account, the picture with the name Nick under it instead of his name, standing in her kitchen, she had to see it. What is going on with my girl Teresa? I mean, you don't even have to marry him for him to sex you up because he's doing everybody in town.
Right. But
I don't know. Why is she with him?
I assume they want to marry him so they can keep him. I don't know. Like, I mean, Teresa liked that pineapple stuff, so she got to have somebody. I don't understand that, but back to this whole fight, though. I mean, Louie is a nut job for real, though.
Louie's a nut job?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've seen people like this. I'm telling you. And you have too.
Like Louie, like what? What are you talking about?
I don't want to say the guy name, but we've seen these kind of crazy people.
Hold on. Let me read the super chat really quick. Don't poke Teresa love bubble, Marge. I know. Marge is just... Something about Louie is off, but why is Margaret always going after Teresa? I don't know. She's too involved. What were you going to say, Perry, before you...
Yeah, Margaret is jealous of Teresa.
Margaret's jealous of Teresa?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I mean, for whatever reason, I mean, and Teresa ain't all that. But in Margaret's eyes, she is. Because Teresa always coming back talking about, sharing the fruit, pineapples, and everything else. All this stuff that Margaret wish she could do.
Yeah.
See, Margaret is an undercover jealous freak.
Well, listen, Margaret. Okay, so look, Jennifer Aiden is my favorite. I don't care what she does wrong. I'm not going to acknowledge it. You guys can go crazy in the chat. I don't care. I like her. She did start the rumor with get it going with Evan last season. But Margaret did her wrong this season. The way that she did it, it's like she's trying to embarrass Jennifer. You're a homewrecker, Marge. Leave her alone. No one's talking about you breaking up a happy home, and your kids don't even like you anymore. They hardly talk to you except for your one biological son. Like, I just don't like people throwing rocks in glass houses, Margaret. And I don't know if you're jealous, like Perry's saying, but you're definitely a jackass.
Yeah, I mean, she's jealous. I mean, because I think, like with superficial women like that, it comes down to job titles and everything. I mean, wasn't her husband like a plumber or something?
That's what I heard. He is.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, plumbers make good money. He can do construction or whatever. But I think when the other women spouses, have a bigger title, it bothers Margaret.
You think she's jealous of Jennifer Aiden because Jennifer Aiden has a lot of money and like,
yeah.
Because Margaret just got sued again this season by her business partner.
I think she's jealous of Jennifer because of the money. And I think she's jealous of Teresa just because Teresa seemed to be having more fun than she had.
Let's talk about how I don't like Melissa. I don't like Melissa. She's not a real family member. So is Teresa perfect? No. But you better not call me out in front of anybody. It's like she's always taking the other person's side. Sometimes, if you know your family member's wrong, this is how I am. Loyalty to a fault to my family. You could be wrong, and I will not acknowledge it in public. And if somebody's attacking you, I got your back. I would have been like, leave Louie alone, even though I know Louie's a jerk. Just because Teresa didn't feel like talking about it. I don't like Melissa. I don't think she's a loyal family member. And eventually she's going to come between Joe and Teresa. That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Colby says, Jennifer was wife shamed by big-headed moose Marge. I don't like Marge. I don't like her. I don't like her. Okay. And I don't like Melissa. I don't care. Like, I'm going to show you what loyalty is. Jennifer Aiden is dead wrong, but you will never hear me say it.
No,
I'm never going to say it. I'm never going to talk bad about her. When she gets drunk, I think it's funny. That's loyalty. You talk to people behind the scenes when they're family members when something's wrong. You don't call them out. Even in the show that comes after the Ultimate Girls Trip, she was calling Teresa out again on Andy Cohen's show after that about, you knew we were coming on the show. Like, why does this matter? What does it matter, Melissa? Learn loyalty. I don't like her at all. She doesn't know the meaning of family. And she doesn't talk about her own sisters like that. And I'm sure there's skeletons in their closets. She doesn't talk about her mom's relationship with her father. She just doesn't. But she always is jumping on the other side, if you ask me, for
I think she do it. I mean, somewhere down the line, Teresa got on her damn nerve.
Exactly.
And they just don't, they show up for the show, but they don't really like each other.
They do not like each other at all. And I feel bad because Teresa only has Joe, her brother. That's the only family she has left. I mean, Teresa, you need to go back and find Rosie. Do you remember her old cousin, Rosie? She was loyal. Like, this is crazy. I don't understand. These chats go so fast. I'm trying to drop the link. I can't keep up. I don't like it. But last night was crazy. Let's talk about Coward Bill. What was that about, Perry?
No, okay. Now, at first, I think he knew his wife was going to say, oh, he told me this, right? Remember, she said the one husband told her husband.
Right.
He didn't want to be sitting there because he would have to say, yeah, he did or he didn't. So he went and stood behind the bush. He went and stood behind a damn bush.
He let his wife stand up for herself and get attacked. And he didn't even say anything. So you feel that Jennifer shouldn't have grabbed her arm, even though Melissa stood up charge. Now, Perry, remember how you would feel if somebody's in your personal space.
Right. I get it. I mean, maybe if she would have did something as soon as Melissa turned the corner. Because she turned like this a little bit. To walk around the table and, to squeeze through. But she grabbed her when Melissa was going past her.
I can't with you.
Just saying. Saying.
Melissa was there. Why did she stand up?
Oh, because she was tired and she wanted to leave. She wanted to leave. Teresa left. Teresa left and came back. You know how these women get when somebody started going at them. I'm gonna leave then. So she was trying to leave.
I can't with you. Let me start taking calls because I can't. That's ridiculous. Hi, AJ.
What's up, AJ?
Hey, well, hi, Perry.
What's up? Good.
How do we feel about Traci Barber? I think they had her last name listed as Johnson, saying that Teresa isn't loyal to Melissa when you broke up a happy home, okay, and had Tiki leave his wife when she was 7 months pregnant. Is nothing this woman could do that will make me like her.
No, me neither. I knew there was something about her I didn't like, and how she just suddenly was like Jennifer's friend, and she wanted to support Jennifer. Was it last episode? And it was just a little bit something spit off, and I feel like they're trying too much. I don't feel like they blend well for the show. Why are they on there?
I have no idea.
On the show. They're not interesting. I don't want to know about them. They're Melissa's friends. We don't want to know them. Do you know what I mean?
Who hangs around people like that, Melissa?
Yeah.
You're the cheating intern. You're disgusting.
Oh, Jennifer! Oh my God, this episode, Melissa, was just too much. Like, and I could see like why you were saying that she's just a clout chaser from the beginning. Because now I see it. Like, she kept mentioning what you say. Oh, she watches porn 4 times a day. Who does that? And Joe apparently watches porn and drives a car. Who does that? It was just so weird. They would say
he watches porn and drives a car.
Yeah, he said that on the after show. They have the after show, Bravo after show, and they were talking about, and they were showing the clips. What they were by the pool, and I missed it, and I watched the after show, and they highlighted that part, and I thought, oh my God, like they're so desperate. It's just so unbelievable, like what length they go to. And I've got something about a theory about Louie.
Oh,
well, yeah, because basically I've been watching this show on Netflix. It's called You. It's about this psychopath, and basically kills all these people. But he goes away on this retreat, which is like male retreat, and they sort of get naked, and then they do kumbaya style, cursing and record each other, like crying and stuff. So I thought, oh my God, maybe he went to one of those retreats.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. So it's
you think Louie's a nut job?
Yeah, I think he's a bit of a psychopath. He's very charming. He is so charming, right? When I watch him, I'm like, he's such a good guy. But then when you mention all these things and and he said it himself, I used to be a horrible person.
He is a horrible person.
I think so too.
I mean, is it Amira?
Yeah, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh my gosh, I actually made it on for once. This is like my 20th time trying to get backstage.
Sound off. What do you think about last night?
I thought it was a great episode. I truly
really
did.
was.
I gave it like a 9.7. They are bringing it this season. But one thing I heard was that Joe and Melissa were like spreading business about Joe Giudice or Giudice, however you want to pronounce it. But I heard that, sorry, I'm walking my dogs. But the two of them were talking all this crap about them to like people in business. And that's what caused the investigation that led to Joe and Teresa going to jail.
Wait a minute. Say this again. Say it again.
I heard through the grapevine that Joe and Melissa were talking all this crap about Joe Giudice's business
Ooh.
practices, and all that led to the investigation that led Joe and Teresa to go to jail.
Oh my
And that's
God.
where that animosity really stems from.
Mm.
Yeah.
It has to be true because
Yeah.
somebody had to tip them off.
It
Somebody
sounds
tipped.
reasonable to me.
Oh my
And,
God.
and
Wow.
Joe is very desperate to be on the show as well. He's very desperate to remain
Well,
on the
you,
show. He's pretty much a housewife.
he
And I think
practically is.
he wanted to take like Joe's position. Because let's face it, like that he was like the matriarch of the male side, and now he's sort of taken over with his group of friends
This is crazy.
who are boring,
Listen,
by the way.
Mira, you've got to sound off because I got to drop you. We're having a hard time hearing. So, what did you want to say
Oh,
really
I'm
quickly?
sorry. I'm sorry. Well, that was pretty much all I wanted to get across. I was dying in the chat, like, no, no, no. There's a reason why Teresa is so upset with them. But I appreciate you letting me in. I hope to get back in again soon.
I appreciate your tea. Okay, you call back
Th-
when you get more tea. So,
I sure will. I
so
like to text Perry sometimes and tell him little stuff. And thank you for the birthday wishes. That was really cute. I
Oh,
was
you welcome.
like,
thank you,
wait.
Amira. We're gonna go because the sound is really bad. Take care.
Okay, have a good
Okay, bye
one.
bye.
Okay,
Thank
take
You
care.
you.
too. Bye bye.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
Yeah.
What
You know
is
what though,
going
and
on?
if that's true what she said, maybe that can explain why Joe Gorga gets so mad at Joe Judice.
mm,
I think half
Oh.
of it, yeah, you mad about the situation,
Oh my
but he want to
God.
blame Joe Judice for his
mm,
parents being gone. It was him,
mm.
and if this is true, it's him and his messy ass wife
Damn.
that initiated all of it, and maybe he can't shake it when he look in the mirror. Maybe.
That's right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is it DV?
Yes,
Mm.
hi. I'm
Hi. What did
I'm
you
a
think
first time
about
caller, so I love you guys.
Jennifer Aiden calling Joe Gorga? What did he say? A little.
No,
Oh,
no,
little
Melissa
bitch.
didn't get up fast.
Can you
Melissa
hear
did
us?
not get. Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, that's
We can
better.
hear
Go
you
ahead.
now.
Yeah, Melissa didn't get up fast enough. No, you're not calling my man anything but Mister. And also I felt like Teresa should have checked Jennifer on that too. You can't call my brother out his name, no matter what problems we're having. But Perry was absolutely right about Joe Gorga, what he just
Oh,
said a minute ago. He was jealous of Joe, Big
But
Joe.
Joe, can I just say something? Joe Goga get involved a lot, especially on Instagram, and he put a lot of bad comments about Jennifer underneath her picture.
Yeah, but he didn't have
And
to. She didn't have to
Melissa
call him
wrote a
that
whole paragraph about her and everything, and then they just like to throw the rock and hide their hands, but they're not
mm.
innocent. And
But
she
can I
just
say
brings
one?
it up. Jennifer just brings it up.
Yeah,
She
go
just
ahead,
But can
calls
I
them
say
DV.
one
out.
thing about Jennifer and Marge?
Yeah.
Jennifer was really up. She didn't express herself properly. Jennifer, I don't like Jennifer. I'm gonna say that now. I don't. She's messy.
Why?
She's
What did you?
messy. But so is Marge. I don't like Marge either. So I'm a Dolores fan. I like Dolores. Dolores just keeps it 100. But
Well,
Jennifer
she's
was
okay.
hurt. Jennifer was hurt
Yeah.
because Marge came off like the other woman bragging all these past 2 seasons about ruining somebody's family. And I
Mm.
think that Jennifer should have just came out and told her own tea instead of waiting for Marge to tell it. So I think she
Mm,
was just kind of misunderstood with how she was chastising Marge.
Let
yeah.
me ask you, DV. Do we hate Tracy?
Um, I'm with you 100%, Sharrell. I don't even know why
Home
she's on.
bracket Tracy.
I don't know. I want to say that the tricks got to go. I mean, just like home record. I don't like her at all. Bye.
We need to start campaigning to get Tracy off before she opens her mouth again. This woman is horrible. Okay.
Absolutely. I love you guys. I'm at work. I just want to get in real quick. You guys take
Thank
care.
you.
Okay, you take care.
Bye bye. Tracy is the worst. Okay.
She is the worst.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Let me tell you
Lisa.
something.
What's up, Scott?
Don't you remember Melissa cheated on Joe? Her best friend said a couple seasons back.
Melissa
Remember
cheated
her
on Joe?
her best friend was in her wedding and said that she was cheating on Joe a couple seasons back.
Does anybody else remember that?
Go back and look at them.
Yeah, but
Go back and look at them seasons. Yeah, Her best friend said it. Her best friend said, and they was crying that
Yeah.
no, Joe, Mama Joe went on the reunion show, said, now I'm better having an affair than she do. You's a lie.
That's the
Your wife
best
had an
friend she
affair.
fallen out with.
Stop lying.
Yeah,
Stop
that was
lying.
the
Your
friend
wife
she
had an
fell
affair
out
just
with,
like
right?
Evan had an affair.
And she
Evan
came
didn't
on
have an
the
affair because
show
March,
to say
because
that
March
she
is the one
cheated,
who
like
brought
her
it up.
husband cheated. But that I don't believe that.
I
You don't
think,
Melissa is
believe
too
it?
much
I'm
of
gonna tell
a
you something.
no. I don't believe
Women
it.
can have person
Because
like men
why would
can.
she? I mean,
Okay,
she loves Joe. I do believe
and
that.
she can hide it. Women can hide their cheating more better than they can a man can.
Well, you go ahead and
Okay.
preach to him, Lisa.
See, okay, so stop saying people say they don't believe women can have affairs too. Okay,
Yeah,
and that's a lie about it too. So to me, all of them is March and Tracy and Melissa both is home records. Okay,
Oh, another thing
Damn.
to remember as well, all these men are conspiring against Jennifer, I think, as well. Because basically, on the after show, Frank did admit that he knew the girl. He did mention it to Bill. But on the show, he said,
So
"Oh, I don't know." But on the after show, he admitted because him and Bill have like a joint interview, like confessional, and Bill calls him out and he say, "Yeah, yeah." But it
that's
was sort of like maybe
thank you,
excuse
thank
out,
you.
Bill, he heard about the girl, but he didn't really believe it. That was the excuse. But whatever.
uh,
Child,
But they're
Guy,
forget
trying to
what
just
did you think of last night's episode?
Well, I want to talk about the Melissa going after Jennifer.
Mm-mm-mm.
I just think she needed a moment because let's face it, she is the Cynthia of New Jersey. She's
Who
very
is this? Who's the Cynthia?
Melissa. She's
Melissa.
very boring.
Yeah,
She is.
she's boring, but not only on top of being boring, she's not likable and she's not a good family member. She's not loyal. Do you guys think she's
she's
loyal?
not.
She's
She's
loyal
really
to
not.
her side of the family, but not to Joe's side of the family. She
At
cares
Yeah.
more.
all.
She
They
cares more
always
about
asking
herself.
Melissa.
She's changed a lot over the years.
They always asking to Teresa be loyal, but Melissa and Joe ain't never been loyal to Teresa. They
Yeah.
never
No.
had. You know how close they got close to Jacqueline back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Online?
But I'm really worried about Teresa with this guy.
Yeah, me too. I
Hey,
feel bad for
exactly.
her.
I am too, but it was nobody else's business. Why are you worrying about me and Mike? You need to worry about you and your husband Joe over there. You see, can you keep Joe the plumber?
Damn.
Who's
Because that's all
who's
you
really
is, ain't nothing
good?
but a thought. A Margaret, that's a thought. She done had sex with bosses. She done had sex with everybody.
Did you
Mama
just
had
call
sex
Margaret
with
a thought?
everybody. Yeah, I did. I called her a thought.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She done had, that's what Jennifer was talking about. Jennifer said, well, you had sex with all these dumb people. You brought that up. I didn't bring that up.
You
bring
just
that
called
up.
Margaret a hoe.
Yeah.
Damn.
Get over that.
And you don't want to take it back. You just called Margaret a hoe. You think Margaret?
Yeah, I did. Okay, that's what she is. She had sex with everybody. All
She ain't
these
changing her mind.
She been bragging. She been bragging. I had sex with this person over here, this person right there. You know, and all that right there. And then then you got Jack, and then you got Jackie over here. Jack said, "Yeah, I said no. You said out of spite because you still mad because Jennifer brought up." Jim said, "Yeah, I did ask Frank, but he said it. And who is the girl? Because you told my husband." Yeah, Jim said, "What?
This is crazy. You are on one today, Lisa. You call Margaret a hoe, but do we all agree? I'm trying to start a petition to get rid of the real hoe, which is Tracy, is left sleeping with a married man with the wife is 7 months pregnant.
If you're gonna get,
Yeah.
if you're gonna get rid of that hoe, get rid of the other hoe too.
You want
And
to
she's
get rid
trying
of
to get
Margaret?
redemption.
Yeah, get rid of the old hoe. Okay.
No, we need her. We need her. We need
I know. If we
Margaret.
get rid of Margaret, who are we gonna hate?
I'm getting tired of Margaret. I'm getting tired of
We need
Margaret.
Margaret.
Margaret started so much
Then we
stuff.
need Caroline back then.
But you got to remember, Margaret's the
Right?
one who started up the woman about Evans because Teresa
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah.
And Teresa said, she said, it was somebody in the group who told me. And she brought it up. And I'm gonna tell you, I really do believe, because Joe the plumber had said, well, I heard it. He said he heard about them women in his house. You hear them women in no house talking about that. You heard it from your wife. Stop lying.
Damn.
Damn.
Can Sky talk, Lisa?
It's okay.
Okay, go ahead. My fault.
You're good.
Go ahead, Sky. What were you gonna say?
With Teresa's new man, I really feel like it's gonna be a Vicky Gungelson and Brooks situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just get the feeling like he is looking for opportunities to come up, and it's kind of sad because I don't want her in the same predicament.
Teresa is getting herself into hot water with this liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. He was a womanizer. He's a sex addict. He's red all the time. Why is he always red? He looks like a lobster.
No.
And she bought a house with him. They bought a house together. And remember when the girl came out? What was her name? Vanessa Reiser. Do you guys remember that? His ex came out and said that he's a charmer. He's going to worm his way into her life and eventually her businesses.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
You guys didn't hear about the girl that came out? Let me see if I can find Let me see if I can find a picture.
That is shocking.
But I'll say this about Louie, though. I mean, AJ said he's charming, right?
Yeah.
Don't use the word charming. Look at it this way. Louie got like Norman Bates tendencies. Okay. I mean, because Norman Bates was cool too. Hi, welcome to my hotel. Right? Everything was nice until later on that night. Louie, something strange about him. I mean, no man in his right mind gonna go out there and get naked with 10 other guys, run through the wilderness, going over bushes and everything else, crying, confessing their sins. Come on.
He came out to the Vanessa came out to the Sun first, but this is a Page 6 article where she came out. This was like a year ago, and she said that he cheated on her, and that he forced her to have sex with him at least 4 times a day. She said he was a narcissist. He was mentally and physically abusive. She came out with the whole thing about him, and that he was dating someone else when Teresa came into the picture.
Oh, God.
She put it all on blast. You guys didn't hear about this? That's her name.
No.
Then another girl came out named Paula. And they had the same complaints about him. They called him a user, a manipulator. He plays with your head. And she also came, and that she was the one that's when this picture came out of him on Tinder under the profile, the name Nick, but pointed out he was standing in Teresa's kitchen.
He looks like the Tinder swindler.
It's crazy.
He looks like
Nope.
I don't understand what Teresa is doing. She's in trouble.
she is, and she's very naive, and she's very fragile. She's not very she's not the brightest one in the but she's very compassionate. She's very loving, and I think she would just loyal as well, right? So
I don't think she ever cheated on Joe. And when he wasn't in prison, I think she started seeing other people when he was in prison. But
he cheated on her and called her a lot of bad names on the show, like on the phone.
Allegedly
in prison.
No. Prison, probably. No.
She said she was
a lesbian. Okay, Lisa, you can't. Listen, let me.
She was in a women's prison.
I'm gonna bring up some more callers. Did you have anything to say, Lisa Sky?
No, it's just I'm tired of Jackie, Melissa, and Margaret.
Oh my God.
I'm tired. And girl, please, Jackie, don't nobody want to hear no more mama eating dessert. I got this eating or too. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay.
Thank you, Lisa, for calling in. I appreciate the call. Take care. Sky, any last words?
Yeah. Joe Gorga is also looking for a moment. He's acting like Peter. So you got Cynthia and Peter in New Jersey with Melissa and Joe. Or as we call him, Patricia.
Yeah.
You just called him Peter? Oh my God. I got a long line. Thank you so much, Sky, for calling in. Take care.
Thanks, Sky.
Bye. You guys have a good one.
Bye-bye. That's so funny. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Abstract.
Y'all.
You're on mute. Abstract, you're on mute. No, you're still on mute. You're on
Do
mute.
you know what happened to Melissa's long lost sister?
Hold
Do
on.
you
Hi.
remember?
Hi,
I
you
now
got
I
it.
can hear you. You mean the supposed sister that she had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to her? She only spoke about it on a reunion and never
I
brought it back up.
Oh
I don't
no.
know.
She's making up a lot of stuff, Melissa. I
Melissa,
think.
she's the worst. What did you want to add to the
Yeah.
conversation, Sin?
Oh, go ahead, Miss Obstacle. What's her name?
Oh, Abstract, you go first.
Okay, so you can hear me okay, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm probably not going to have the most popular opinion
Okay.
because I don't really like Melissa. She's okay, but I don't feel like she owes Teresa any loyalty because I don't. Because when has Teresa ever been loyal to her? When she came on the show, she had the I can't remember the lady's name, calling her a stripper
Kim.
and
Yeah,
all
Kim
of
D.
these different things. And
She
then
was a
even
stripper.
Joe, from the very beginning, if I'm remembering correctly, when they first came on the show, Joe mentioned why he had an issue with Joe Giudice because he was coming in and dividing him from his father. So
But does
whatever,
the word family mean anything to you, Abstract?
absolutely, absolutely. But family doesn't override morals and what's right, and I'm not saying that Teresa is very double standard. She does, she wants people to do things for her, but she doesn't extend the same courtesy.
Well, I
So
can see that.
if you think that Melissa doesn't owe her any loyalty, how does this family heal itself?
I think that first of all, we need to be able to have honest conversations. And that's the thing that I don't see them doing. Like, they want to sweep everything under the rug. They act as if, okay, well, you said that and then it's over. But there's never any real conversations. Nobody ever really gets to the issue. They just keep going back and forth and back and forth, and none of that stuff ever gets resolved because they're all just trying to. I don't know. Teresa, I don't know what planet she's on. It's like, what do you even hear yourself and the things that you're saying? Like,
But
come
you
on,
wouldn't
make it
be
make
Yeah.
sense.
upset that Melissa just mysteriously always takes the opposing side in an argument, or she's silent?
No, because I would understand why. But see, the Teresa is a dingbat. So she acts as if she doesn't understand what's going on or why nobody is trying to, like, she keeps trying to say, well, I did the same thing that Margaret did, and why is it's not the same thing because you were talking about a rumor and what Margaret is talking about actually happened.
No, you don't think what Margaret did was dirty?
Yeah.
It was, but I mean, is it dirtier than what Jennifer was saying about her? And what Jennifer said about Jackie
So
and
you
how
would
she
just have a
treated
whole
Melissa?
mess going because you're about tit for tat.
No,
And
not a tit for tat. I wouldn't even be involved in any of this. Okay, first of all, it's like I'm not that type of person. But I'm saying I can see why that Melissa has this thing with, going back and forth with her because she does have loyalty. She has loyalty to Joe. And it's, it's not that it's Teresa. It's Teresa has done some really shady things to her. And I think a lot of the shady stuff she's done, we don't all know what it was. Just like we didn't know it initially
but
that she
Abstract,
told
I gotta push
Danielle.
back. I gotta push back.
Okay.
Those two siblings are the only siblings they got
Right.
at this point. Why not try your hardest, Melissa, to make the family work as a unit?
I think she has. You don't think she's tried to do that?
No.
She has tried several times over the seasons to try to get her, and she's made up with. She brought Teresa sugar cookies. She's tried to make up with her. She's tried to do a lot of things, and Teresa says, "Okay, it's cool," and then they find themselves right back because they've never talked about it.
Okay.
I don't feel like you should have toxic relationships, regardless to how blood related you are or anything. Family, there's toxicity that gets to a certain point that it doesn't matter what your relationship is to me.
My family could shoot somebody in the head and come to my house and say, I just did this and I'm going to help you get out of town.
Yeah, me too.
That's my family. Like, I have that kind of loyalty. Terry, don't get any ideas. I'm just saying. But like that, like my family, we're like this. We fight internally, But there's no way in hell I'm going to be at a party and someone just takes the other side. It's just not. And what do you think about Melissa standing up first? If you come in my space.
Yeah, well, I think, first of all, Sharrell, we're both from Detroit. So that's a whole different thing, and as a matter of fact, I live in Vegas now too. So
really, do you really?
I do. So it's like it's like that's a whole different animal when you come walking up on somebody. You should expect anything to happen. So if Jennifer had hit her or whatever, it wouldn't have been a surprise to me.
But she does it all the
time. Yeah, but the thing is, Melissa.
If you point to me, I'll lose it.
Yeah, you can't. It's certain things that are like a violation of my personal space.
Yeah.
So I get that, but at the same time, with the Teresa thing, she let that lady call her brother out of his name. She has let people say stuff about them both and not said anything.
Not said a thing.
Why should Melissa stand up for her when she's never done that for her?
Yeah.
I don't know, but you are a little bit right. I'll only give you a little bit. You're right about calling my husband out his name.
Yeah. And then Melissa was saying that Jennifer is aggressive. She keeps saying Jennifer's the one who's aggressive.
AJ,
yeah, because she threw that plate. Remember, she did. Remember, she threw. Well, she threw it at her first. She threw it at Melissa first. Remember. She's always throwing something at somebody.
Yeah. But that's because Melissa was saying that basically none of them had money, and the only one that had money was Jackie, and they were all like not taking. She was insinuating that they didn't have any savings for their children, and she was trying, and she was the one talking, and she was just talking and talking, and she was trying to get her attention, so she threw the fork. She said, "Hello, hello, hello."
Well, she said.
But
Jackie's the smart one. She said Jackie is the smart one because she's the one that's gonna have the money when we all gonna be broke for having those big lavish and birthday parties for kids. And Jennifer,
I still got quite a few callers. Let me try to bring up one more. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hi, fine. Long time no see.
Yeah. What do you have to add to the conversation? Last night was good.
Oh, it was very good. Teresa's in trouble.
Yeah.
Her fiance is a psychopath.
Yep.
And I love Margaret. I love Melissa. And Jackie she doesn't stop. I mean, her husband doesn't feel comfortable anymore going to parties and stuff because of her.
Oh, you mean Jennifer's husband?
Yeah, Jennifer. Did I say Jackie? I'm sorry.
You said Jackie.
Yeah.
I meant Jennifer. Oh, well, all of them are crazy at one moment. But Joe, Melissa's husband, he went through a lot of shit with Teresa's husband and Teresa and the girls and all that. He's been there for Teresa and has had her back for years. And Teresa wouldn't have his back with Melissa. Day one of the show, she was putting Melissa down, calling her a stripper and all that kind of stuff.
How do you know it's not true? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
it's true, right?
No, it's not true.
No,
it's not true. Oh, that's what. Okay.
It's not true. But she did swing on a pole a couple of times.
Yeah, I thought something there.
I'm joking. Gotta put some humor in it. It's too serious. No, I like the show because Margaret finds out all this stuff, and I about them, and half of it she hasn't even spoke about yet. Wait till all this stuff comes tumbling down. Oh, and one other thing, Teresa won't sign a prenup.
She about as
Good
dumb
for
as
her.
they say
Good
she
for
is.
her. I wouldn't either because he's a shady man, and when I need to be able to take you to the cleaners.
No, she won't sign a prenup.
Right. That means she could get some of his money, right?
Yeah,
But look
he's
what
got a
she's
lot
on
of money.
hers.
Oh yeah. But he can get some of hers.
that she worked
She
so
hasn't
hard
got a lot.
for
Right.
ever
I
since
mean,
Joe's been gone.
yeah, and
She-
she did that for the 4 kids and stuff. I don't think that she I just leery about that guy. I don't think they should have bought a house together.
No way. No, there's no way. Something is so wrong with Louie. It's not even funny. He can't
Yeah, I
be
think
trusted.
that's a lot of booger sugar.
He's he's
Oh
a
my
he's narcissistic psychopath.
Or should we call him Nick? Because that's what he refers to himself
Yeah.
on Tinder.
Oh,
Uh-uh.
really?
Yeah.
Nick,
Hey,
So,
is
I
that
am
profile
messed.
still
can we
alive?
tag Teresa in that one?
Did he?
Uh-uh.
Can we tag
No, you are
Teresa and
messy.
send it to
You
her?
want me to send that picture to Teresa?
Yeah.
No.
Or Margaret.
Listen, how do we know Margaret didn't put it out there? No, it was the girlfriend
Right.
Vanessa. That's who put it out there, Vanessa.
Yeah, but
Vanessa
still,
put
we
it out there.
lied.
Sharon says Margaret wants to take Teresa's spot to be on the top person on the show. All of them do. Listen, I think this is the only cast that they need to keep. No one needs to be fired except for Traci. But
Oh yeah, you know,
everyone
Tracy. I mean, Tika's wife was pregnant with twins at that.
oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, that
Twins.
was
I hated her on sight.
Yeah,
That
me too.
woman is horrible. Oh my God.
She's gonna
Wait
be
till her
after,
secret start
she
coming
gonna
out.
be after Jennifer's man next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she will.
I
I should do
I
a
feel
little
really
digging.
bad for Bill. I really, he is just humiliated on that show.
Well, he should be.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
10,
it's
that
all
was
right.
10 years ago, and granted, 10 years ago isn't really that long ago, but they worked it out.
Yeah.
Was it 10 years
and
ago though? Because wasn't he sleeping in the pool house when they first came on the?
Yeah, he
that's
was.
what
That's why I
they
was like,
said. That's what they said. So I don't know.
All right, guys, let me wrap it up. Any last words, Sin?
Yeah,
I've got so much stress.
Jennifer's crazy because number one, Margaret said everybody knows your husband was sleeping with the somebody that worked with him. No, it was a fucking pharmaceutical rep. Get it right, bitch.
You don't like Jennifer?
I do not like Jennifer
Oh my
because
God.
Jennifer talked bad about
right.
everybody. She talked bad about everybody last year. I mean, just going in and everybody. And
That's
then when
her
somebody got
job,
something
Sin.
out on
That's her
her,
job.
when
That's her
somebody
job.
brought her stuff up, she acted like she was about to go and I don't want to be around him. Oh, I don't want to do it. Now you afraid people gonna laugh at that bad chin job you had, looking like
Okay. No, you will not do that on this panel. You will not. I love Jennifer. She's my favorite.
Oh,
She's
too.
funny.
Yeah, she's
She's
my favorite too.
entertaining. Who's your
I
favorite?
can't wait
Sin?
till she turn on Teresa. She gonna turn on Teresa. Watch.
Jennifer.
Nah, she ain't stupid.
Jennifer is my favorite. Jennifer is
Who's your
I
favorite,
think.
Sin?
My favorite is got to be Jackie. I like Jackie
Boring Jackie?
because Jackie's the only one who got an education.
Ooh,
Yeah,
not so
but
bad.
she's
Do you have any last
Jackie-
words, Abstract?
just that loyalty is a two-way street.
It sure is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And Teresa's not loyal at all.
Kim, what about you? Do you have any last words? That's so funny.
Well, you said something about family and being loyal to family and stuff like that. I feel it a little bit different. If my nephew came here and he had just killed someone, I would turn him in.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not in your family.
Yeah, no, really. What's right is right. I have a higher power that I have to go to.
I do
And
too.
I can't do that. And as far as loyalty goes, with friends, family members can do so much damage to one another. But because they're blood, they let it go. And their friends, if they even did an inch of what the other one did, the family member, they would cut them off.
I guess I am raised to be fiercely loyal. Fiercely loyal.
Yeah, me too.
Now, I might try to get you to turn yourself in and try to help you that way, but I'm not turning you in. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
Well, they're not coming to my house to hide out.
No, I'm not coming to your house.
I bet they won't.
I'm not going to cousin Kim's house because cousin Kim's going to turn me in.
You know what? But I would be praying for you and doing the best way.
No,
for
I need you to help me hide the murder weapon.
No,
I gotta
then
wrap
I'm
this up.
guilty.
AJ, do you have any last words?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Melissa, you are just clout chasing really badly. You came on the show, and you know what? Because you didn't tell Teresa that you were coming on the show. So you sneaked your way into the show, and you went in there not to help her and just continuously backstab her. And Teresa hasn't got any family because she got rid of her own family, didn't she, on the show? And also, Jennifer. I love you, Jennifer. Basically, we need some conflict.
Jennifer, we love you.
We need a bit of conflict. We need a bit of drama. We need someone like that on the show, just like Margaret, because I think they blend really well together as a whole cast.
Yeah.
We don't need to get rid of any of them. Just
Other
keep
than
it like
that one-
it is, and it
that,
just stay
Yeah, we
tuned.
want to keep the whole cast, with the exception of Tracy. Fire her
Yeah.
like yesterday.
She's
Yeah,
trying
fire her
to keep
yesterday.
a
Let's forget
secure
about her.
spot. That's all she's doing.
Everyone
Yeah.
in that cast is very strong women.
For Tracy.
Very strong.
What we need Tiki to do is we need him to find a new girlfriend while he's married to Tracy. That's so
Exactly.
bad.
They
I'm
say
bad.
the same way you got him is gonna be the same way you losing. The same way you got him will be the way you losing.
Once
All right,
a
guys.
always a cheater.
Yeah, there you go. I gotta wrap it
That's
up.
good.
Thank you guys for calling in. I appreciate the call.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So funny. Bye, Cynthia. Sin. Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Perry. So New Jersey's getting good. So we got it back on the roster. We will do it again next week. We'll be back in an hour with hot topics. So any last words, Perry?
Well, I mean, you don't have to worry about no damn petition to get Tracy and Tiki off. They're not really interesting. It's almost like I'm not even think they was invited to the party. They like some peeping toms. They, peeping through the windows. Nobody even say hi to them when they come over.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible.
Yeah, it's just
I'm sorry, Tiki.
You don't have to worry about it.
All right, let's say bye on 3, Perry. I wanted to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel. You do, so I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for keeping me laughing. If I didn't get to your call, I do apologize. But we'll be back in an hour. All right, Perry, let's say bye on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.